She's waiting for you to name something Darkful 99.
Yes, I forgot to junction this GF.
Good job, sir. Good job.
Well, at least I set your ability. I just forgot to put you on anybody. And you can see that the life spell has a much greater effect on vitality than anything else I have, which makes sense.
Is this spell called Float?
Yes, there is. I used it quite extensively earlier in the session.
Oh, well, I would know now, would I?
Well, Float is just a spell that's always in Final Fantasy games.
No, it's not!
It's not in Final Fantasy X.
Huh?
It's not in FF10.
It's not in 10 or 7.
It's in a lot of FF
It is,
games.
however, in 8 and 9.
Lovely!
As we're saying now.
So it's in all the sandwich ones.
I remember that in FF4 Advance, which is actually FF2, you there's this dungeon that has spiky floors, and so you have to cast Float on your whole party on every floor, otherwise you get damaged by the spikes. And it gets really obnoxious really fast.
Anyway, this is a Grand Mantis. It is not particularly threatening, but it has a crap ton of HP.
See that? I wanted to take one, and I want to make him my pet, and I'll name him Squirrely.
Name him what?
Squirrely.
You just reminded me of Squirps in Super
I
Paper
thought you said
Mario.
Squirrely. I'm like, that thing looks nothing like a squirrel.
I said Squirrely. S-Q-U-I-R-L-Y.
Looks nothing like a squirrel.
Okay,
It's not a squirrel, it's
so
squirrely.
at this point I learned that Full Cure, or I am reminded that Full Cure takes care of negative status effects.
So is that spike
That helps.
real?
Yes, it also means that the echo screen that I just used here was useless.
Wait,
What
what's
is
this
echo
guy
screen?
talking about anyways?
An echo screen makes
No, I know
gets
what
rid
it
of.
does. Like, I know what they do in these games, but I'm like, what does it look like?
Yeah, that is a good question.
What
The question is, why is Quistis' HP over 2,000?
Because I junctioned a whole bunch of life spells to her HP.
Oh yeah. But still, that's impressive how much of a difference that makes.
Yeah, and I'm
It's a lot
wishing
of health.
Poor guy
that,
lost his ocean.
and I am wishing that I had that the right GFs had HP junction, because if they did, then Zell and Selphie would have more HP as well. And at this point, the realization that I came to throughout this session gradually was that my party is in fact underpowered. While experience points, getting a lot of experience points will not make your party more powerful. Getting a lot of ability points will, and you generally get those through the same. Well, for most of the game, you get those through the same means. There is one exception later in the game, one big exception, where you can use to get a lot of ability points with practically no experience points, but I can't get there yet.
I just noticed that Diamond Dust looks a lot like the Final Fantasy X version in this game.
Yeah, it does.
Like, they took a lot from the animation in this game for that one.
Yeah, except she doesn't snap her fingers in this one.
And it looks probably
But
looks
she
a lot
should.
prettier in the other game.
It would look really blocky if she did.
Yes, it would.
Oh, we're gonna see it again.
Well, yes, because this thing's weak to ice.
Lovely. Well, I would be too.
Also, the other thing is that in Final Fantasy X, Shiva is more clearly like actually wearing clothes, whereas it's more ambiguous in this version.
Yeah, I can see that. She has more hair too.
Well, this is when game ratings were more lenient.
You really think they were more lenient in the past?
Yeah, totally. Just like movies.
Yeah. I can't admit that some of them
Well,
are.
nowadays it's just like game ratings in the past have been different than they are now.
That reminds me, I saw a movie today called I Am Number 4, and it was really good.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that that you'd seen a movie called This Film Is Not Yet Rated. Because that was a very good movie. It's a documentary about the MPAA and how they're douchebags.
Lovely. Selphie got it.
Anyway, what I meant by ratings were more lenient is like nowadays everything is rated teen or rated M because like they're just more liberally applying these ratings for various things. It's like, oh well, this has this, therefore it must be this. Even though it's like, come on guys, really?
Even though the thing is like for 3 seconds in a single scene.
Yeah. And then you have other games, so it's just like, okay, like, Killer 7, there is a rape scene in there. That is not mentioned on the box. That's kind of a major thing.
Oh, the Killer 7 being a game back then under this classification.
Killer 7, yeah, came out
Okay.
quite a few years ago. Like, it's a GameCube game. Like, actually, if you watched the RLP of it, we skipped that scene.
No, yeah, I
Because-
figured that was the scene you skipped.
Yeah.
Wait, what's in Killer 7?
In Killer 7, there is a scene in which the character Samantha Sitbon rapes, Harmon Smith.
And this is on a GameCube.
Yes. Made by Suda51. That is it's one of the 2 rated M games on the GameCube. Well, there's more than 2 of them. But it is one of the, sorry. There's more. There's a number of rated M games, but, like, I remember 2 of them, there's only 2, like, actual first-party Nintendo games that are rated M on GameCube.
Meanwhile, guess where I am?
I like to know.
Canada.
I somehow took the same loop. So, I just cut out the part where I went up and saved again. And at this point, like, this was yesterday, I recorded this, and I had somewhere I had to be. It's like, okay, with how long the subway takes on weekends, I really should get going soon. So at this point, I just started to be like, okay, please, Eric, just be competent and find the way.
Sad face.
And, I mean, so I'm, like, trying every door that I didn't try before, or at least I thought I was. Actually, there is a very good, video, on YouTube, but for some reason it doesn't come up when I search for it, but I found it in, like, related videos or something. It's, sort of a... You guys ever seen Zero Punctuation? Well, it's a 7 or 8 minute lecture kind of in the style of Zero Punctuation. It's about, it's called Chasing Maturity. It's about video games and sex and the uneasy relationship between the two.
Oh, lovely.
Oh yeah, you showed me that video once, right?
Maybe?
Well, you showed me a video about that.
No, I believe you, I just don't remember.
So are these guys supposed to be swimming or something? Oh wait, they're gone.
I think they just kind of hover over the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. And this should let you know that I'm, you know, kind of pressed for time, that I'm starting to run away from battles. Of course, I was just curious about how many battles I'd fought at that point. And where am I? Yeah, I was just... This was... I mean, usually in this area, I would just sort of... I wouldn't even remember the way to go. I would just sort of stumble around and I would find the exit pretty easily. So I was
Apparently not so.
So I was using that same method here, except I wasn't finding the exit. There is one thing that I found by accident, something good, so I am going to show that.
Wait, did you even move before the battle initiated?
I was, I think, turning.
Oh.
Like I just was there.
I see.
And what am I doing here?
They leveled up, so...
Oh, Diablos has almost learned Mug. Mug is a very useful ability.
Indeedy.
I think we're getting close to the part where I actually figure out what to do.
How come you didn't just cut all this out?
Because I just thought that there are a lot of parts, where I felt like there were, like I should have left in more time without dialogue because people were just like, I want to give you guys time to say stuff. That's a big part of the reason. Another...
This was a dialogue-heavy session, too.
Yeah.
So many important things happened.
Yes, and...
It definitely came in at the wrong time, because all I see is just wandering through the sewers.
Like I
it
said-
gives more time for the commentary than when the lines.
Okay,
are
this is
going
one of the things I wanted to show. I found a hidden drop point. I didn't know that was there, but there are some drop points, and save points for that matter, that are invisible.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, drop points I can understand, but save points, that's not nice.
No, it is not.
Anyway, the bio spell poisons an enemy and does damage. Does poison element damage. Yes, poison is an element in this game.
Hey, in Dragon Fable, bacon is an element.
What is,
I love how they
what
just
is
use
an
a-
element?
Bacon.
I love,
Bacon?
Yes, you can attack things with bacon.
you know, I love how they use like a abbreviation of biology just to mean strictly poisoning something.
Oh, Darkful, have you seen College Saga?
Like, oh, the thing you showed me before.
Oh, I guess you have. And just, in the battle with that against the science professor, he uses
Yeah.
biology. Blub 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 blub.
That was good. I'm gonna watch that again probably one day.
Now I shall divide you by 0.
Ah, no.
Alright, so I think after the third time I looped around, I finally tried something different. And this is just me making sure that those doors won't open. Yeah, I
This is
probably...
good music to have in a place where it's just like, am I out yet? Am I out yet?
Yeah, this track I think is called Intruders or something. I believe this is the only point in the game where you hear it. I'm not sure, though. And, of course, if I called it the wrong thing, then the correct title will be in the annotation.
Yep.
Which probably happened several minutes ago. And now I'm like, wait a minute, that door opens?
Oh, wait. Wait a minute. I've got a plan.
So I did most of it correctly, I just didn't open that door. Instead, I went all the way around.
Battle.
What did you say?
Congratulatory battle.
Hey. For me, a congratulatory battle would be an optional.
I keep hearing Skype noises on somebody's end.
It
I
shows it a
apologize.
sample. You can't see it.
apologize. I don't know why those happen.
No, I think it
I
shows
mean-
it a sample because it keeps changing from held remotely to being
No.
and
It's me.
snapped out.
No, Jen. It's me. I know it's me because Lightning also hears it. It's weird because people can't hear anything else but Skype sounds. It's so weird.
No, like what I'm hearing Skype sounds too, but those are
Yeah,
samples
it's
from
from me.
Chozo.
No, it's from me. Just me.
I think she means when she heard them, the little, like, you know, like,
Oh, yeah,
the little
yeah.
things, like,